Hey guys, Scott with Football Scoop. Today I've got Byron Thomas, the defensive grad assistant at Texas A&M with us. How are you, bud?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today, Scott?
I'm doing fantastic. Hey, I want to hear your story. Tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you played ball, and where you've been.
Originally from California, played my college ball at the University of South Dakota in the small town of Vermillion, South Dakota, underneath Ed Meyer Court. And at the time, my older brother, Grad Dawson, was the defensive coordinator there.
Wait a second. So wait, you played for your brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How cool was that?
It was a great opportunity. At the time, he was actually the secondary coach, and then got promoted to defensive coordinator my last year, so it worked out perfect. And very excited about that opportunity that I had to play for my brother.
I met your brother before. He's a great guy.
I love him.
Good stuff. All right, so sorry. So you played there.
Yes, sir. Played at the University of South Dakota. From there, my last year, I student assist Coach Meyer Court, helping him out with the defense. From there, I got a job under Scott Underwood at St. Cloud State University, working with the running backs. Was there for 2 seasons. Great time there. Had a great experience there, recruiting and having to coach my own position. From there, I got hired back at the University of South Dakota for the spring of 2011.
Yep.
And then from there, Coach Meyer Court flew me down to Tampa, Florida to visit with Mark Schneider, who at the time was the defensive coordinator there. Went down there to learn some X's and O's from Coach Schneider, and he had a graduate assistant job open at the time. And by the time I left there, we both thought it'd be a good idea if I applied for the job. Flew back to South Dakota. Nervous as a wreck. I was a wreck. I was pretty nervous to go back and tell my head coach, who had just hired me back at South Dakota, that I was going to get a job down in South Florida. So knowing the guy that Coach Meyer Court was, he was more than excited to let me go. He thought it'd be a great opportunity for me in my career. Jumped right on it, came down to South Florida and started to work for Coach Schneider.
So think about that for a second. So Coach Meyer Court brings you back. Did you coach spring up there, or no? Was it just quick?
We actually got involved in the off-season workouts.
Uh-huh.
And then right after that, right before spring ball hit, he flew me out there, and so never got to the spring.
So he sends you down to meet with Coach Schneider to what? To learn some scheme better, or what?
Learn some scheme, become a little bit more knowledgeable in defense and secondary play and all that good stuff.
So you're down there how long?
I was down there 2 days.
So you're down there 2 days, and he kind of invites you to apply, and then winds up offering you the job. That's awesome.
Yeah, Coach Schneider is a great guy. I mean, I'm blessed to have him in my corner. He's a great coach, a great man, great friend, great mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Love him to death. So I'm very excited to have him in my life.
All right, so you never met Coach Schneider before. He offers you a job pretty much on the spot. You go down there and you coach 2011 season at South Florida. You grad assistant down there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then Coach Schneider gets an offer from Coach Sumlin to join staff at A&M.
Yeah, he gets the offer. I'm nervous, not sure exactly what's going to happen in that transition. About 2 days after he got the job, Coach Schneider called me and said, "Hey, B, I want you to come down with me to Texas A&M, sleep on it, pray about it, and get back with him." So I did just that, talked to Coach Holtz. After the meeting with Coach Holtz, him and I both thought it'd be a great idea, along with Schneider, to come down to Texas A&M. So I'm here today and loving it, excited about it.
All right, that is so cool. So think about it. I mean, if I'm capturing this right, so you grew up in California, you played up in South Dakota, you worked at St. Cloud State, you go down to South Florida for a year, now you're in Texas. So I mean, you got the nation covered appropriately. You got California, you've recruited up north, you've done South Florida, Texas. I mean, that's about as good of experience as you can have in 3 or 4 years. That's great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so tell me about your role there at A&M this year.
Here I'm a defensive graduate assistant working with the secondary. I help Marcel Yates out with the secondary, mostly corners. Coach Yates' scheme is unbelievable. He was at Boise State for the longest, and the guy knows his X's and O's. So I'm excited to work with Coach Yates. He's been a great guy, a great friend, great mentor as well. So it's seemed to be working out pretty well.
Coach Thomas, tell me about at Texas A&M. So you got a new staff. You're with Coach Sumlin, and on the defensive side with Coach Schneider, Coach Yates. What's new there? How much are you enjoying being at A&M?
I'm loving A&M. Coach Sumlin's a great guy to work for. I mean, he's a top-notch guy, always got a smile on his face. He carries himself really well amongst the community, cares about this football program. As you know, he was here before, and he's an A&M guy all the way. I mean, he's truly invested into this, and not only that, he's a winner. So I came to the right place, I feel, and Coach Snyder and Coach Yates, of course, those guys, I love them to death. Coach Wallerstein and Coach Price are great guys. All these guys are winners, so I'm excited to be here. Love winning, so hopefully we can get to winning some games here in the fall.
Tell me a little bit about the camaraderie there with the young guys. I know Kubiak mentioned something about a little handball action down there.
Yeah, that happens. 6 a.m. handball tournaments. It's a fun. It's really fun. We get down there, we compete. We still got a lot of energy to us, and Kubiak and myself are big time competitors. So things get real down there, to say the least.
I love it. Hey, Coach, it's really been a pleasure speaking with you. I think it's a great testament that you go down there, Coach Marquardt brings you back. I think that's a great thing. And then he sends you down to Coach Snyder to kind of learn a little bit, and Snyder falls in love with you, is what it sounds like to me, and in a couple of days offers you a job. And then he gets a great opportunity to become defensive coordinator at A&M, and he invites you to join him there. It's a great testament to you. Keep up the hard work, and great things are going to happen for you, bud.
Hey, appreciate you having me on here.